Today we are here to talk about a common mistake that I see in almost every spin class I teach, and I even see spin instructors themselves making this mistakes. I know, right?
So crazy.
Why are we here today, Dee?
We're here to talk about 5 reasons why spinning without resistance really sucks.
True. And then we'll cover how you can tell if you are riding with resistance or not. My name is Cat Kom. I am the founder of Studio Sweat On Demand, where we are very well known for our spinning workouts in San Diego and around the world. And I am here with
Diana Brady. I have been with Studio Sweat On Demand and Studio Sweat for probably 15 years now.
Long time.
Long time. And I am not only Cat Kom's best friend, but I am a strong devotee of her and everything that we do here.
So before we get into those tips, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, where we have lots of amazing spin classes that you can take for a ride for free. The first thing that we want to talk about, so number 1, if you are riding with little or no resistance, you can actually get injured because everything is too loosey-goosey. You want to have at least some light resistance on so that you feel under control and that your joints aren't going to be too wiggly.
It feels steady.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's exactly
very
what
steady.
you want. You want it to feel nice and steady, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to talk about is you don't have enough gear on, you might get injured. You don't want that.
Tip number 2. You burn way less calories if you don't have your resistance up.
So true.
You've got here, you got on the bike, you're ready to exercise. Don't go on a Sunday ride, like ride.
That's right.
Sweat a little bit.
So yes, she is spot on. You want to work your muscles. If you're riding without resistance, you're not going to be working your muscles nearly as hard and your heart rate's not going to be nearly as high. Okay, perfect. Tip number 3, you look so silly when you're riding without resistance.
I'm good, I swear. I'm burning tons of calories right now.
You're super not good. Your butt's bouncing all over the place. No, we will make fun of you if you look like that, okay? It's true. So think about it. Other people are gonna make fun of you.
Oh, like this?
Yes, just kidding. But seriously, if you don't look in control, you're not.
Tip number 4. For those of you that ride bikes on the outside, you have padded bike shorts on. You don't usually have those when you're in here. So when you're bouncing around like that, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's true. And you do not want to feel that pain for long, I'll tell you that. So, and that'll typically only happen if you're bouncing around in the saddle because you don't have resistance on. Yeah, I just don't, just stop. Okay, number 5. We talked about this a little bit when we came into our first point, but if you are not riding with resistance, you are more than likely not going to be building lean body mass. That's part of what you want out of your workout. And don't worry, by the way, when we talk about building lean body mass, it doesn't mean that you're going to bulk. That is an old wives' tale. That doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It just means that you're going to build beautiful lean body mass, muscle, and you're gonna have a nice toned look. You're not gonna get that if you're not riding with resistance. Hey Dee, you know where we always ride with resistance?
Where's that?
Studio Sweat here in San Diego, and also on Studio Sweat On Demand, tons of indoor cycling classes, resistance in every single one of them. So, before we get on to our tips on how you know if you're riding with resistance, please just watch this little 15-second clip to help us pay for our airtime, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done that.
Get even more Studio Sweat On Demand with our 7-day free trial. We've got a huge library of live and on-demand workout videos, all filmed in our studio and featuring real people just like you. Download our app today.
Thanks for watching that. Now, let's talk about how you know if you're riding with resistance. It's actually pretty simple to tell. First of all, if you are riding one of those bikes that has a gear system, you know, and those gears are numbered, you're clearly going to know if you're riding with resistance or not because you'll engage into a gear, right? 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 21 on some bikes, right?
Yeah, and you're gonna get used to what your 3 is versus your 7 when you're riding more often.
Exactly. But generally, those lower gears are basically like riding with no resistance. So, you know, you always want to go up at least a couple of gears from your base number.
So one of the best ways to know if you're riding with too low of a resistance is the first thing that's going to show is your hips are going to be moving around. And I mean, I'm serious, like they're loosey-goosey beyond control.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to do, just up it, and you can see how my hips become more square, become more steady.
You can actually see the stability in her hips there, whereas when she didn't have resistance on, look at the wiggle side to side. And the faster she goes, I mean, I see people have so little resistance on, they're actually coming out of the saddle, okay?
Bouncing.
So you should feel nice and stable. You can see here, the second I go in and add resistance, look at that beautiful stability. So honestly, that takes us to our next tip. At any point, if your butt comes out of that saddle, if there is any daylight that you can feel or see underneath either butt cheek, that means you are not riding with resistance. It's a clear tell.
So one of the things that we do in Cat's classes or in HIIT training a lot is you're gonna do some kind of sprint, some kind of standing sprint. And then she's gonna say, okay, stop at the end of the 30 seconds. If you don't stop, you're still going and it takes you 4 revolutions for that to stop.
Usually,
you do not have enough resistance on.
Yeah, exactly. So if it takes more than maybe 4 revolutions for your feet to slow down, it's probably because you don't have any resistance on and any pullback. So yeah, good point. All right, well, we hope these tips help you. And don't forget, here at Studio Sweat On Demand on our YouTube channel and our Full Experience app, we've got tons of amazing spin classes where we ride with resistance, along with tons of other body sculpting, fat torching classes. So make sure you head over to studiosweatondemand.com/free trial if you're looking for a free trial, or download our app today. We'll see you there.
See you there.
High five, good job, baby.
Bam.